Hi friends, it's Barbara, our doll, and I'm here today just for a bit of a chat. I'm in my cozy rocking chair. I've got my cozy campfire shawl that I finished up a year ago, kind of backing me, and I can wrap it around me if it gets cool down here in the basement. But what I wanted to talk to you about was something I did last year. At the beginning of last year, I told myself that I wouldn't buy any clothing. So other than undergarments when needed or something from the thrift shop, I would not purchase new clothing. And I succeeded. I was quite surprised, but I had no clothing budget category this past year in 2022. And when you wear a capsule wardrobe, it's really not so difficult, except that your clothes are going to wear out maybe a little bit faster. I've had this shirt for years. I have my burgundy tights that I wear a lot. I do have a capsule wardrobe, so I went with the 333, so 33 items for 3 months. And that seems to work really well for me. So I have the burgundy set. I have my burgundy blazer that I wear often for church. And I have a navy set. So I have navy pants, a similar top to this one, and my navy denim short tunic dress that I wear. And those are kind of my daily uniforms, right? I do have a couple of clergy shirts that I use for quote unquote uniform for church or for official visits. And I have a long black skirt that I wear for church or visits or something that needs to be a little bit dressier or I feel like dressing up. And I have 2 night shirts and enough undergarments to get me through a week and a little bit if I don't do laundry very often. And I knit socks, so there's always a pair of socks somewhere. And I don't wear socks out, and if they're hand knit, I darn them. So I'm not buying socks very often either. So I'm wondering, can I go another year? Should I go another year without adding something to my wardrobe? I'd be interested to hear what you would think. The items I'm currently wearing and have worn throughout most of the winter last year and into the fall haven't shown signs of wear yet. I do have some black tights as well. I believe last winter I had to toss one pair because they were threadbare, so they were done. But I have a fleece lined pair that are extra warm, and I have a kind of a shiny pair that look a little dressier. But I tend not to wear black as often as I once did in the truth system of colors. I'm a type 2, so these muted tones work really well for me. I do have a reddish 3/4 length t-shirt that I wear sometimes, and I have an orange shirt for Orange Shirt Day. So it doesn't get worn as much either. And the red shirt will be left out in my 33 pieces until after Valentine's Day, and then it'll go away. And once we come to Lent, I have a purple shirt that should have gone out a long time ago. And if you've been following me or listening to me, you would have heard and seen my purple shirt. But I just can't part with it. I just can't. So we'll see what happens next with that one. And maybe that's the one item that I'll replace. But I think I will check out the thrift stores first. We have 4 thrift stores within driving distance of where we live. And of course, you never know when you go what you're going to find. But I may do that. I have a creamy white sweater. It's a cardigan but doesn't button. And I have a black blazer as well as my burgundy one that goes with the shirt. I'm just trying to think. I have a couple other kind of cover-up type things that I kind of rotate through but don't wear as often. So if you're interested in seeing what my capsule wardrobe looks like, just leave a message in the comments below or send me a message directly. And maybe I'll do a video and just show you what the 33 items looks like. You may or may not laugh, but last week when our temperatures hit 10 and 11 degrees Celsius, I had my old sandals on when I went outside. Because in the fall, I was wearing sandals at 2 and 3 degrees Celsius. So there was no reason not to. And these old sandals I had promised to throw out at the end of the year because I did buy a pair to replace them because it was necessary. But I'm having a hard time getting rid of them. They're pretty worn. And when you're going out in muck or whatever, it's kind of nice to have something old to throw on, right? So that is the one thing that I did get this summer was a new pair of sandals. I'm just trying to think. I need a new bathing suit. I have two that are too big. So it's like, do I wait another couple of months and get one? And wear the ones that are too big when I go to the pool and they're heavily chlorinated? I'm not sure. Maybe my goal will be to get a new bathing suit for my birthday. That would be kind of nice. I'm losing a bit of weight, so waiting until I lose a tiny bit more might be the better plan for that. But what's the one thing that you tend to replace in your wardrobe? I know there are certain things, like when you get holes in store-bought socks, like they're good for dust rags, right? Probably not much else at that point, because it's not worth darning them. Now, if you give me a pair of hand knit socks, I will definitely darn those until there's no way to darn them anymore. And I have been known to cut the foot off and re-knit the whole foot because there's a lot of knitting in the cuff of that sock, right? I know what Nick does is he'll cut an old foot off and then use the cuff as a wrist warmer. And he actually has a pair of wrist warmers on right now, but there's some that I knit him. But he likes to have that tight around his wrist, keep him warm. But I think that's everything. I have an intention of sewing myself a new apron for this year so that I can rotate my aprons into the laundry more often, since I'm mixing bread almost daily or baking something or in the kitchen, and I do want to save my clothes. The other part with the apron is that when you put an apron on, you're telling your brain, oh, it's time to go to work. It's time to get some things done. So I like my aprons a lot. Both were handmade by people I care about. One has passed, the other is still with us. So there's still a usefulness for aprons, and especially when you're working with flour. Oh my goodness. Or even grease, to keep grease spatter off of your shirt or whatever when you're cooking. And even if I'm eating like spaghetti, to put an apron on, it looks better than a bib. But keeping that tomato sauce off of your clothing is also a really, really good thing. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you. It's a celebration for me to go the year without buying clothing. And I'm actually kind of proud of myself that I was able to do that. And will I continue? I think so. Other than a gift, the bathing suit for my birthday this year coming up, and thrifting maybe a couple of things, but if I bring something in, something has to go out. So it's one in, one out, or one in and two out, depending on what the item is. So if I come across some items, I'll definitely share them with you here on YouTube and in my blog. But as we begin the new year, it's always a good time to just look at what you have, what you own, what you're using, what you can bless others with just by sharing, right? So we share. And may God bless you as you share part of your life, your talents, your gifts, your energy with all those around you. Till next time, bye for now.